supportive and collaborative team who share a passion for making a positive impact. More information on open positions and applications can be found at newhealth.org/careers. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978.
KCHW thanks New Health for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven-fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
102.7 FM, KCHW. Chewelah.
KCHW Headlines, I'm Chuck Ritchie. It's Super Tuesday, the biggest election day yet of 2024. 16 states and 1 U.S. territory hold presidential nominating contests today. Washington's presidential primary is next week. The state legislatures passed 3 initiatives that would bar an income tax, put a parent's Bill of Rights into law, and lift some restrictions on when police can chase suspects. The initiatives become law at the end of this session Thursday unless a referendum is filed. The first over-the-counter birth control pill in the U.S. is shipping to stores and will be available soon. Opill was approved for over-the-counter sale by the FDA last year and will be the most effective birth control method available without a prescription. Washington Senator Patty Murray is pushing to require insurers to cover it. The U.S. free COVID test program is ending, and you have only until Friday to order on the website covidtest.gov. After that, free COVID tests and flu tests will soon be available at kiosks in some parts of the state. By the way, an updated COVID shot is expected to arrive along with flu shots this fall. Instagram and Facebook have returned to full operation following a 2-hour outage yesterday morning. Meta executive Andy Stone went on X, formerly known as Twitter, to apologize for the inconvenience. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie. Good morning. It's the KCHW Morning Show for Wednesday, March 6th. I'm here with Sharon Ludwig and Lavonne Ellis. Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
Outstanding, outstanding. It's chilly out there this morning.
Very cold. Yes.
Yeah, I had to. Lavonne, you're at home. I don't even think you've had to go outside yet today, but it was pretty icy out today. It's a chilly one. Oh, Lavonne, I can't hear you. You're quiet.
Yeah, she's got her video off.
Oh, I'm
I mean her sound.
Sorry,
there
I
she goes.
myself so I could cough.
There she goes. Lavonne's got a little bit of a chest cold, but she's joining us at home today, and hopefully she's feeling better. But she's going to give it a shot today.
Yeah.
So I had to drive here today with doing the old windshield wiper fluid. You know, you get the
Yep.
the cold weather windshield wiper fluid, and then it ices up as you drive. And yeah, probably should scrape it off. But when it's such a thin layer of ice, it's hard to scrape it off, and then it just comes right back again.
Either that or you need to finish your garage and park in the garage.
Right, you got about 80 grand to loan me to build a garage?
Not today.
Well, actually, it would probably give me because I don't know if I could pay it back. So
Oh.
there's that part of it. So speaking of weather, let's go ahead and head off into the weather here. It's going to be sunny today with a high of 41 degrees, so it should be warming up and looking like a pretty nice day today. Another chilly one overnight tonight with 21 for the low. Then tomorrow, once again, is mostly sunny throughout the day, then 26 overnight. Looks like we might be getting those clouds coming in overnight. Then tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy skies, 47 for your high, 30 for the low overnight. Rain coming back on Saturday with a high of 43 degrees, 34 for your low. Then Sunday, the rain's continuing, maybe even mixing with a little bit of snow, 82% chance of rain on Sunday, 44 and 36 for those temperatures. Then on Monday, 46, so warming up a little bit, but rain and snow showers continuing. And then Tuesday, looking about the same, 46 and 33 for your temps.
Sounds like March weather.
Yeah, it does. But then, after that, if you jump ahead to about Thursday of next week, you never know how accurate these things are that far out. But it's going to start getting into the 50s every day. There is Saturday at the 16th, the day after St. Patty's Day. I almost said Valentine's Day. Looking like a high of 59 degrees.
Oh, nice. So you might be able to get out and walk in your yard and poke around and see if the tulips are up and the crocuses are blooming. And
right.
Yeah.
59 degrees.
And doesn't daylight saving time start this weekend? I think so.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Is it this weekend?
Like, what? Spring? I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And when is the first? Is it March 20th? That's the official first day of spring, or somewhere around there?
I don't know. It was
I
just
don't
on
know.
the page here.
Were you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's definitely getting up there.
I would have to ask Siri.
Siri, when is it going to get warm? I mean, it's kind of hard to judge because it's been such a mild winter. It just kind of feels like it's.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. For once in my life, I'm actually wishing we had a little more snow on the ground right now. But
Yeah.
as we go into winter, usually this time of the year is when you're like just antsy, waiting for that warm weather to come. But
Well, and around here we say it's got to warm up to snow, and I've been told that's not true because, like in North Pole, South Pole, it does never warm up and it snows.
Right.
So, but around here, if it's in the 20s, it normally has to round up or warm up a little bit to snow. Yeah.
well,
so
I checked. And it starts on Sunday, daylight saving time.
Whoa.
March
oh
10th.
wow, there we go. We get our hour of daylight back. Woohoo! I guess some people think we lose it. I think we gain it. I think that hour in the evening, when people get off work and stuff,
yeah.
losing that hour in the evening in the fall is pretty
It's
pretty
nice.
devastating.
Yeah.
There's a lot of statistics about the harm that fall back does to people mentally and emotionally.
Well, are they trying to set is it permanently? No, it's permanently standard time that lawmakers are trying to set Washington, Oregon, and California, the whole Pacific time zone.
Yeah, Washington, quite a few years ago, it was pre-COVID, voted to stay in daylight savings time. It was pretty one-sided vote, but the problem was
Right. It didn't work.
Yeah, COVID came in, and you need to actually have Congress pass that. To my understanding, and it never was a priority.
Standard time, they don't need Congress involved for some reason. I don't know.
Oh,
I read it and I got confused.
just to stay in the daylight savings time.
Ah.
I got you. Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I think we're going to wind up in permanent standard time. It looks like, I think Oregon has already passed it and possibly California.
Oh, I'd rather stay in daylight savings time so we have that extra hour
I know.
in the evening.
Me too.
But yeah, I think that's the opposite way we need to be going. We want the light. We want the light. I know one of the big arguments is in the mornings, the kids waiting for the bus in the dark.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Alaska, and I mean we were always in the dark in the bus stop. During the summer when it was light all the time, it didn't matter.
That explains a lot.
I was raised in the dark.
You're still in the dark.
I know, right? about so many things you don't even know. Oh. So we're going to go ahead and take a look over the school menus today. March 6th, today we have mini Cinnies for breakfast with a variety of cereal, fresh fruit, fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then moving on over to the lunch menu, we have a chicken quesadilla with brown rice, corn, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, your choice of milk, and salsa. Ooh, that sounds good. If anyone wants to bring me a chicken quesadilla for lunch today, I would be okay with that. I'm just saying.
Will you be here at lunchtime?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe. I got meetings all over the place, and I might have to run into Colville today. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our bits and breaks sheets here.
Okay.
Unless you guys have something you wanna talk about that you just can't wait.
No, not me.
No. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. These are couples that have revealed their worst fights ever, and we'll do these round robin. I'll go ahead and give us a start here. This first person said, "My wife has this habit I can't stand. She dries her hands on my bath towel. This has caused some of the worst fights in our marriage, but I've mellowed, and she's learned to respect my towels." That comes from Carl, who's 33. That's
Okay.
I don't know. We have. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about our personal habits, but I wouldn't care. It doesn't bother me. We have in our bathroom.
Yeah, I don't see the problem, but we all have our idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, I understand it.
Of course,
though.
we have our hand
Our
towels,
things.
and we have where each individual bath towel goes, whichever one we're using, and then we've got the post toothbrushing towels. Yeah.
Okay, I was teaching my wife to drive a speedboat on our vacation. She has always hated my teaching methods, which tend to be sink or swim. Not great when you're in a boat in the middle of a half-mile wide river. So she was already annoyed when I say, "Keep the tachometer at about 3,200 RPM," to which she replies, "What's this tachometer?" and proceeds to point at every gauge on the dashboard, demanding, Is this that one? Or that one? Is it that one or that one? Before I could answer, finally she screams in front of our 2 children and my daughter's best friend, "Talk to me." Blanker. Naturally, the kids thought this was hilarious, and I didn't hear the end of it for the rest of our vacation. Kyle, 42.
That is funny.
Yeah, Kyle needs to learn how to teach a little bit better.
Yeah, he does. Like maybe point at it and say, "That's the tachometer right there."
Yeah.
Or not expect everybody to know what a tachometer is.
Yeah. And even if you've already told her or showed her, just think maybe she had forgotten,
Right. Or maybe it's in a different location in the boat than in the car.
Yeah. You have to reteach things like, 50 times.
Kyle, be nicer. All right, Lavonne, what you got for us?
Okay, I'm going to skip the next one. Just not a happy ending. My husband hates to be kept waiting, but one time I left him in the car while I went into a restaurant to check what time they started serving, what the menu was like, and so on. Next thing I know, the maitre d' and I hear this sound kind of like a buffalo in heat, except that it was my husband bellowing my name from the car. Sorry about that. I was so humiliated that we had a blazing argument. I even said I would leave him. Yes, I got over it. Okay.
What?
I don't know. Fights are not that funny.
No. But why was he screaming?
Some of them.
He doesn't. There's no
Screaming at her.
Yeah, there's no explanation why he was yelling her name.
Except for that he had to wait, and he doesn't like to wait.
He was in the car.
He was in the car, and he hates to be kept waiting. Poor guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Next time she just needs to go without him.
Right? Like you can, if you're gonna act like a child, you can stay home.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless maybe he was trying to be funny.
And
I don't know.
Yeah, and the sad part to me is the P.S. I got over it. It should be he apologized.
Right?
Yes.
He apologized for being a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, I thought my boyfriend had gone to the men's room when I looked across the nightclub and saw him chatting with another woman. I walked over and stood right next to him, glaring. He didn't even see me, and I was furious. The woman took the hint and left. Then I laid into him. The bouncers came over to see what was happening, and I couldn't resist. The guy was bothering me. I said this guy was bothering me. Next thing I know, these 2 beefy guys grabbed him by both arms and threw him out. I did apologize, but later that summer, we broke up anyway.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, that's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, it is. At least see now that's someone that got the hint.
Yeah. My husband and I were going at it pretty hot and heavy, and not in a good way. The kids were watching TV. He stormed off, and I heard the door to our home office slam. So I went to visit my girlfriend down the block and cool down for a few minutes. When I got back, it turned out that he'd also left and gone to a movie. We were both so mad that we'd left the kids alone. We tempered our fights after that.
Oh.
Trina, 34. I wonder how old the kids were. That's
Wow.
the
Yeah.
real. I mean, if they were Chuck's age kids, it's not a big deal. If they were like babies, that is a big deal. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
preschoolers, yeah.
well, they were watching TV, so they were at least toddlers, which is
Yeah.
not really bad because they could get into a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, considering Trina is 34 years old, I would imagine the kids wouldn't be too old.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, they could be 10 and 12 if she was in her early 20s.
Yeah,
when she
that's
had
true.
children. But
She could have been 16. They could be almost adults. You know,
yeah.
these things happen. All righty. So let's see. Is it my turn? It's
No,
my turn.
It's Yvonne's turn.
Oh, is it Lavonne's turn? Sorry.
Oh, it's mine. Oh, I get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
When we first moved in together, our biggest fight was when my boyfriend said that I could make all the decorating decisions in our new place and then insisted on keeping his hideous sunflower patterned slipcover on the sofa. Eventually, I, at a very nice Pottery Barn slipcover, won the battle. Good, good, good.
And the moral to that story is don't make promises you can't keep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's funny.
Yeah.
I bet you it was probably one of those it was probably really gross and brown and dirty and
Yeah.
never took it off to wash it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next one here is everything you need to know about the perfect cup of coffee, about making the perfect cup of coffee. And I know, Sharon, you don't drink coffee.
No, I don't.
Lavonne, I know you occasionally drink coffee, but not often.
When I need a good jolt of caffeine, yes.
I drink my coffee all day, every day. Usually I'll have my
You
last
do,
one
yeah.
about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So nearly all the world's coffee comes from two types of plants, Arabica and Robusta, sorry. Arabica is more mellow, has half the caffeine, and is the most popular coffee bean. Robusta is less expensive, but has a higher acid content, which makes it a lot more bitter. If you're buying the whole roasted coffee beans instead of pre-ground, coffee tends to lose its flavor very quickly after it's been ground. So your best bet is to grind the beans right before you make a pot. That's kind of coffee 101, especially those the big name brands that like come in the can. They used to come in the cans, but now they're like the plastic things. I don't want to say it.
So to the last drop.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Oh, really?
It's not coffee. That stuff is an insult to coffee. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like old floor sweepings and sawdust mixed with like a slight coffee flavor.
Well, I think I'm glad I don't drink coffee.
Sorry, I've been called a coffee snob, but your grinder doesn't have to be expensive. You can get a fancy burr grinder for about $200, but a $20 blade grinder works just as well. Don't store it in your fridge. The cold dampness will zap the flavor right out of the beans. Instead, any beans you'll use within a few days can be kept on the counter in an airtight, opaque glass container. Avoid containers made of plastic because they can actually change the flavor of your coffee.
I think plastic can change the flavor of a lot of things.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It really does.
If you're a pop drinker, do a blind test and try drinking pop out of a can and pop out of a plastic bottle. They taste different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you can find it. They really do. The glass bottle tastes the best.
Yes.
I'm not a big soda drinker, but when I do, I would much rather prefer to have something out of a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember in San Diego, sometimes a store would get a shipment of Mexican Coke in glass bottles, and it would be a huge treat. Everybody would run to buy some.
Yeah. There's a food truck out in the Spokane Valley that is a Mexican food truck, and they sell the Mexican drinks in the glass bottles.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful though when you. Never mind.
Okay.
Make sure it's Mexican Coke, not the Colombian kind, and then you'll be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know Scott and I were talking about this the other day. When you get one out of a fountain soda, like at a gas station or a fast food place, and they've got that mix just right, you can't beat that.
We're talking
Fount-
coffee or fountain drinks?
No, sodas.
Sodas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something about it. And I'd heard rumor that like McDonald's has their own blend. Coca-Cola makes their own. They package it different or something that's exclusive to McDonald's. I don't know if that's true or not, but I remember that was a rumor going around when I was younger. So I don't know. Another tip to improve your coffee, use the purest water. You can buy distilled water for cheap, or try this. Fill a pitcher on the counter and leave it overnight. That'll allow some of the chemicals in the water to dissipate, and your coffee will taste better.
You know, we used to have goldfish, which doesn't have anything to do with coffee, but if you changed the water here in Chihuahua, your goldfish would die, so we had to leave the water on the counter overnight before we changed the water in the goldfish bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
For a second, I was going to say I like goldfish on my soup. But
the other kind of goldfish.
You're talking about the actual fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Especially with fish, you want to leave leave your water sit for a while to sort of acclimate and get rid of leach off some of those chemicals.
Yeah. So
I mean, tap water, other than that, is generally safe. I thought you shouldn't use tap water at all for your fish.
well, you know, these were dime store goldfish for little kids.
I did an experiment once in school. I actually converted goldfish to saltwater fish, and they were thriving. They actually did really well.
Oh, really?
And then
You converted them?
I did it
How'd
really
you do
slowly
that?
over the course of the whole school year, and
Wow.
they were fine. They thrived. I mean, maybe they weren't fine. As a middle schooler, they seemed okay, and
Yeah.
and they grew and they got bigger and they were eating and they seemed healthy. But then the
Did they
school,
turn into koi?
no, they didn't. They were they were like the little feeder goldfish.
Yeah.
But then I brought them home after the end of the year, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't have a place for them, so I just right back into freshwater, and they all jumped out of the bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I came back all at once.
No.
Like in one day, I came back. I went. It was like the last day of school. I brought them home, and then I came back, and they were all on the floor. Poor things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Poor
Well, we
babies.
sure went off onto a rabbit hole, didn't we? I'm
Right?
sorry about that.
From coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and finish out the coffee, and we can move on from this.
Okay.
The best way to brew your coffee is with a French press coffee pot. A good one can be had for $25 or less, and all you do is grind your beans, scoop the coffee, cover the grounds with almost boiling water, and after 4 minutes, you simply press down the plunger and pour yourself a delicious cup of joe.
Now, do you have one of those?
I do. Actually, it's what I use every day.
Oh.
I have a 50. Most French presses are like single cup,
Uh-huh.
1 or 2 cups. Mine is a 54-ounce double-walled stainless steel French press.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Which
Because
gives
you're
you...
serious.
Yeah. Ah.
It's my coffee for the day, and then I pour it in my thermos. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So I did a lot of talking there. Why don't you guys go ahead and the two of you can go back and forth on 4 things we didn't know about your brain.
All right.
Alrighty. I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Your short-term memory can only hold 5 to 9 bits of information. That's a lot more than I can. Any more than that, it must be sent to long-term memory for you to handle it. That's one reason phone numbers are only 7 digits. And they are, yeah, but then you got that area code. And then credit card numbers are broken into groups of 4. Oh, that's why they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does make it easier. Yeah.
I've heard that. Like that's why it's a lot easier to remember. You know, you can remember the 4 bits of 4 sections of 4, but you can't remember that big long number.
Yeah, and I don't
I
know.
remember with my first credit card, I was so proud of myself when I finally had it memorized, the whole credit card. And then it expired, and I had to get another one with the numbers.
I have never even thought about memorizing my credit card number. I just have the card. But the
I
Social
know.
Security number is the same way, broken up into bits. So
Yeah.
you can and when you repeat it to yourself, you repeat it quickly, the 3 numbers and then the 4 numbers or whatever, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and you put a space in there in your brain when you're repeating it because they always want the last 4 or the last 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like when somebody asks for your phone number, I have to visualize dialing it or say the whole. Somebody's like, what were the last 4 digits of your number again? I don't know. I have to say the whole thing. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brain also uses something called sensory memory, and it's basically an instant playback system. In other words, part of your brain can resend important information a few seconds after it was originally sent, in case you missed it the first time. That's why you can catch up to what was said after you realized someone called your name and said something to you at a party, even if you were concentrating on another conversation. It's also the reason you sometimes get déjà vu, which means already seen. Usually it isn't some phantom memory coming back to you. It's something that just happened and your sensory memory is replaying it. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
So like deja vu, you don't have that sense that this has happened before. It really has happened, and your brain is just like playing it back on a delay.
I guess, but haven't you ever had those deja vus? And it's like,
Yes.
I've been here before, I've seen this
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Well,
Interesting.
the delayed memory thing kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some of us more than others, I guess. So go ahead, Lavonne. I think one got
Okay,
skipped
I think
up
we
there.
missed
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, go ahead and do
Your
that.
long-term memory isn't that reliable either. Research shows that people often misremember events they lived through. Even worse, it's easier to come up with a memory of something that never happened than to find one that actually did. Look at it this way. Do you remember learning to tie your shoes, or do you just remember the story your mom tells about it? Yeah, that's true.
Well,
But I'm working on a memoir, and one thing I've read that happens is the more you remember, the more often you remember something, the more you think it's true, but it changes every time you remember it. And the act of remembering it changes. Oh, I can't
You can't remember?
get so tangled up in it. Yeah. So it's really hard to be sure. Like siblings can remember the same event completely differently from their childhood.
Yeah. Well, and I think with me, I don't remember a lot of things from my childhood, but there are memories I have, but I think they're associated with pictures I've seen.
Oh.
You know, I've seen the picture of the house where he lived. I don't remember anything about inside the house, but I
Right.
remember the outside because of the picture I've seen.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, why are your dreams so hard to remember? It turns out that the part of your brain that stores information in long-term memory shuts off while you're asleep. So your dreams never make it out of short-term memory. That's why most people only remember snippets of their latest dream right as they wake up and quickly forget them.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you hate that when you're having a dream and you wake up and you're trying to remember it, and it's just the more you try to remember it, the more it just kind of
Absolutely
fades
gone.
away.
Yeah.
Or you wake up and you're having a good dream and you try to get back into it by falling back asleep and then you can't.
Yeah.
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 But sometimes the dream is so good and so vivid, you don't forget it. And it's really, it stays with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
true.
like that.
Yeah.
Unless it's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I don't like those.
So let's go ahead and move on to what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? Let's move on to a little fun and games.
Okay.
Actually, no, you guys don't do that because we're
Okay.
gonna do some trivia here,
Okay.
and you guys stay away from the trivia.
Okay.
There's only a few of them today, so we're gonna go ahead and get through these pretty quick here, and I haven't looked up any others. Last week I looked up a few extras, and it was kind of nice because we got some other some extra trivia. I could probably do it in a few seconds here, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
So this first one is a little dark but interesting. An average of 10 people every year are killed by these.
Wow.
Bees?
There's a lot of people are allergic to bees' stings.
They are an inanimate object.
Um,
They're
What?
you're not going to get this, so I'm going to give you a few
I got
clues.
confused. Okay, what are we trying to come up with here?
An average of 10 people a year are killed by this item. They are big.
Oh, I thought you said bees.
No, they're killed by by what? And these
Okay.
are
it's only 10 people.
only 10 people, so it's not very common. They're
A tree falling on them?
no, smaller but stout. Still an inanimate object that is big and bulky. I'm trying to think
a
of
statue?
No. Think maybe a little wider but shorter.
A fence?
No, I like it. I like where you're going though. No, these trying to think of a good clue for you. These are you get stuff out of these.
A refrigerator.
That's very close. Very
Whoa.
close.
Freezer?
No, no. Oftentimes the things you get out of these are cold. Sometimes
Cupboard.
they're not.
No.
Nope.
I don't know. Tell us.
You use quarters. You put quarters in them.
Oh, one of those machines, a vending machine.
A vending machine. Yes, 10 people a year are killed by a vending
Oh, my
machine.
You know, I heard that of somebody shaking one and it fell over on him. I heard that once.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Never shake a vending machine.
No. Yeah.
Remember in college they had them mounted to the walls.
Well,
They had-
yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't take them to your dorm.
Right?
And we get so mad at them when, you put your money in and it doesn't work or the candy gets stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I can see why people might shake them.
Yeah.
that is what made it
Trying
frustrating.
to loosen up something. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was in our TV lounge and it had everything would always stick and there were like 3 or 4 of the most popular items that would always stick and we could never shake it. So we always had to go get a maintenance guy to get us our chips or whatever,
Oh.
Hmm.
Very frustrating. Okay.
Well, at least nobody got killed.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding. So this next one here, okay, every second in the U.S., 570 of these are thrown away.
Pop bottles,
Nope.
water bottles, that kind of thing. Every second.
Every second.
A Kleenex.
500. You're kind of on the right track, but a little larger and much grosser.
Toilet paper.
Much grosser
Nope.
than a Kleenex.
Paper towel.
This is a product used by parents, but worn by
A diaper.
a diaper. There you go.
Oh.
I guess worn by was kind of giving it away. Okay, so except for one day of the year, you do not want to see these. But by the time you leave this earth, you will have seen 2 million of them.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. So there's one day a year. Oh, except there's one day of the year you might actually intentionally see these things. The rest of the year you don't really want to, but you're going to see over 2 million of them by the time you die.
These are hard.
They are.
Does it have something to do with something in the sky?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Something in your house.
Yes, something in your house.
Something on the TV.
Dust mites.
Something
No,
on the
bugs.
TV.
Commercials.
Commercials.
Oh,
Commercials. I'm guessing that one day of the year is probably the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
because some of us just watch it only to see the commercials.
For the commercials and the Puppy Bowl at halftime,
Yeah.
which you have to change the channels to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never did the Puppy Bowl this year. We have it recorded. We have a dog that really loves watching the Puppy Bowl. Yeah. But we watched the game. It was a pretty good game this year. So we're running a little early today. We have a few minutes left until we head to break. We're gonna do a little news headlines here if I can find them. Let's see. Let's go to. I'm trying to find stuff here. Let's go to entertainment. It seems like there's some things that are happening. The movies are starting to come back out after the strike. There's a lot of things that are being released. A lot of projects that were starting before the writer's strike, and it was the writers and the actors' strike, correct? Seems like there's a lot of things that were happening and things are going back to normal now. We're getting a lot of movies coming out. A lot of these movies that have been sort of on hold for the last year or two now are all kind of starting to come out all at once. So Max confirms, this is HBO Max, the streaming movie service. Warner Brothers Discovery, WBD for short, has confirmed that it will be cracking down on password sharing for its Max streaming services here. The news follows streaming rivals, including Netflix, and soon Disney Plus and Hulu, and banning the sharing of account login information with people outside of the account holder's household. Ooh.
I always wondered about that because my grown son lives in North Carolina. Is he part of my household? I guess not, but we share, and somehow Netflix is not kicking him off. So I don't know.
But it says that it'll soon follow, so it may kick one of you off eventually. 'Cause
Right.
my daughter has Netflix. Her
my
Netflix on
family.
ours. Yeah.
We had problems. We had COVID in December. The whole family got it, and we were we didn't all get it at once, but we were at one point we were all sort of isolated in our 4 rooms. Like, the 3 of us had it, or 2 of us had it, and the 2 kids were kind of isolating off in their own rooms. And we were all, the kids had their computers in their rooms, and we had our little TV in the bedroom, and then one of us was in the living room. And every time someone would use it, it would kick someone else off because we were using it on too many devices all at once.
Oh, but you're still in the same household.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can only have it streaming on so many devices at the
Oh,
same time. I think
wow.
I think it was for YouTube TV, or maybe it was Netflix, but only 3 devices at a time can be logged in. So if anybody else logs in, boop. Or we've got a TV here at the station that I have my logins in, and sometimes I'll turn something on, and I'll get a text message. Did you turn on Netflix? And yes, I did. Sorry. I'll turn it off. All right, go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, Iowa's Caitlin Clark helped set TV viewing record. Sunday, Ohio State Buckeyes versus Iowa Hawkeyes women's college basketball game made history as Iowa's Caitlin Clark set a new all-time NCAA scoring record. The Fox Sports broadcast of the game drew in 3.39 million viewers, marking the most watched regular season women's college basketball game on any network since 1999. The matchup also became the most watched women's college basketball game in Fox Sports history. Now, what I want to know is, did they go out and count all those 3.39 million viewers? How do they know?
Every one of them. They went and knocked on their doors. I don't know how. I know it has to do with the Nielsen ratings, but I'm not.
Well, years ago we did do the Nielsen ratings, and we filled things out and sent them in, and they sent us money and paid us for it. And I would love to do that again, but nobody's asked us since.
We got asked to do it the other day, and they sent a $1 bill in the envelope, and they said, "This is to kind of get your attention. Would you like to sign up and be a Nielsen rating service?" And they don't really pay that much. It was like it was like $5.
Yeah, yeah. But it was kind of fun to keep track. We did it just for a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much they paid us. I just remember getting some money for it.
Very cool. That was last week, I think. I don't think we filled it out. It's I think it's still on the coffee table or something. I don't know, but it's around there somewhere. All right, go ahead, Lavonne. What do you got next for us?
Okay. Trump impersonator booted from bar. Just the headline. A 37-year-old Donald Trump impersonator refused to leave a Nashville bar over the weekend. Security at the bar flagged officers down, advising them of the incident. Security informed officers that they had told Justin John Burgoyne he was not allowed at the establishment. When officers arrived, they observed Burgoyne trying to enter the bar again. When officers met with him, he became aggressive and started yelling in their faces. Well, that sounds familiar. Officers noticed he was visibly impaired and continued wanting to argue with them, so they detained him, and he was taken into custody for public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespass. Sounds like a pretty good impression.
Right? Getting kicked out of somewhere and trying to force his way back in?
Yeah. Goodness sakes.
So Sydney Sweeney, she's a talented actress known for her roles in blockbuster films, and a recent Saturday Night Live hosting gig is in a bit of a pickle. After her hilarious sketch parroting Hooters on SNL caught the eye of the restaurant chain, they made her an offer she might find hard to refuse. Hooters took to social media to challenge Sweeney to work one more shift at their establishment, promising to donate the day's proceeds to the V Foundation for Cancer Research. The V Foundation even showed their support with a GIF. Wow. Or GIF if you're one of those people.
I'm one of those people.
You say
Oh,
GIF?
no. Terrible. I try not to say it anymore because I know it's wrong, but to me it's still GIF.
Well, the guy that created GIFs actually says he pronounces it GIF. And that was the point. But it's short
really?
for...
Well, then he's right and everybody's wrong.
But the G is short for the word graphic, which is G, not J.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get it.
So I can't
But
read the
he's
next
the guy who
one
came up with it. So I'm gonna.
because my computer just says it crashed. It
Oh,
had a
no.
problem and crashed.
Oh no. Well, we'll go ahead and take us out to the break, and then
Oh
I'll get you
no.
fixed up during the break.
Okay.
That's old computers for you. That's where the co-hosts get the old computer.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead, Lavonne. Did I just do that last one? Yeah, I did.
Oh, I get to do the Cookie
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
Okay. The beloved blue creature from Sesame Street, Cookie Monster, sparked a conversation about shrinkflation, one of my biggest pet peeves, in a recent post on social media, sharing his disappointment with the shrinking size of his cookies while maintaining the same price. Cookie Monster's outcry caught the attention of the White House. In response, the official White House account on social media called on companies to stop the practice of shrinkflation. Yeah, I'd rather just raise the price and keep things the same size, you know?
Yeah. Stop trying to trick us.
President Biden, well, don't raise the price either, but
Right.
if they have to. President Biden previously addressed the issue in a video before the Super Bowl, denouncing the deceptive tactic used by some corporations. All corporations, frankly, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. You know, the other day I bought this bag of it was like a chocolate caramel popcorn stuff, and I opened it up, and it was like 2 handfuls of popcorn. The great big bag.
And the
that
rest
had-
was probably air.
Yeah, it had. I understand they need the air for packaging and stuff, but it was like 2 handfuls of popcorn. I ate it. I live a mile away from Safeway, less than a mile, and it was gone by the time I got home. Just because it was like it was like the size of those little single serving bags, but just dumped inside of a bigger bag.
Well, maybe the machine ran out of
Wow.
popcorn when it came to that bag.
Maybe. Well, I think it's
Sure.
I think it's shrinkflation. Yeah.
Well, think about the size of candy bars when you were a kid and the size of them now.
Oh, I know.
I thought it was just because I was smaller then.
No, I think they've changed.
Have they?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. But it seems like everything else that's unhealthy seems to get bigger and bigger.
Well, yeah.
But I guess even
Twinkies has stayed the same.
they have, and they're still gross.
Yeah.
So get ready to experience the gripping crime thriller The Departed like never before with its upcoming 4K UHD Blu-ray release on April 23rd. Directed by the legendary Martin Scorsese, this classic film will be available for purchase in stunning quality. That's not a very fun story. I thought this was something else. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Jack Nicholson. The Departed tells the story of crime and betrayal in a gritty underworld of Boston. So are they going to... I don't...
just a plug.
Yeah, it is. I should have read that. I should have skimmed that before I read it. That's we were discussing. We were discussing last night. It would be really great. You know, they keep remaking great movies, remaking them, or doing really bad sequels. There was one we were talking about last night. I can't remember the movie, but it was a great classic movie, and they're doing a completely unnecessary sequel for the movie without the original cast, just completely random. And it got, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes, it actually got a straight up 0. On Rotten Tomatoes.
What was that? What movie was that?
I'm trying to remember what it was.
What show?
It was a movie. It was a great classic movie that didn't need a sequel, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. It'll come to me later.
About 2:00 in the morning. Please don't call us.
Yeah, I will. I'll send you a text. No, but we were talking about doing re-releases. If there's a movie that should be. Maybe it was a great film and never really got the attention when it first came out. Instead of trying to make a sequel or trying to reboot it, why not just re-release the original movie?
Oh, because some things like The Parent Trap. I'm thinking of family movies.
Yeah.
The original and the new release, they're both just a little bit different, and they're both just wonderful.
They are. Well, that's different because they were like 40 years apart.
Okay.
So I mean,
But still.
I'm talking like more recent movies.
Oh, okay.
I remember it was Despicable Me. It came out the same, not Despicable Me, but Megamind, which was a similar, supervillain turns good guy. It came out the same time as Despicable Me, and it kind of got overshadowed by Despicable Me, but it was a better movie than Despicable Me.
Huh.
And they made a sequel to it without any of the original cast. Will Ferrell played the main guy, Megamind, and there was was just it was a great, fun animated movie that was, in my opinion, better done than Despicable Me. And they made a sequel of it, and it got 0%. It got a 0 rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
It was terrible, and I wish they would just. In that case, there's a bunch of those. I'm thinking, what was it? Deep Impact, and the other one, Armageddon. They both came out at the same time. Both movies, disaster movies about asteroids destroying the Earth. Deep Impact was a way better movie, but the other one was the bigger blockbuster, and it got all the attention. So the other one, Deep Impact, got
that was a terrible movie, Armageddon.
Yeah, it was awful. It was just a...
And some even big ones, like all the Star Wars, some of them have been really good, and some of them are like, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they have the prequels that happened before the original movie.
Oh, this is stinking up so bad, the theater. Yes. I just don't like those ones. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep moving. Sorry, I got us off on a little tangent there.
You did.
I did. You know, the rest of these are just the rest of these are not great. Let's go ahead and move on to let's take our break now, and I'll go ahead and get Sharon's computer fixed if we can get back to stuff, and we'll come back with some local events, local birthdays.
That sounds really
some
good.
Celebrity birthdays, and do our normal stuff.
Okay.
So once again, we're going to go ahead and take a break here and thank our sponsors. Thank you so much for listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Never mind. Here we go.
It's 8:04.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for March the 6th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Last night, Nikki Haley got her first primary win in the state of Vermont, and today she's expected to suspend her campaign. CNN reports that the former South Carolina governor will announce that she is exiting the race, clearing the path for President Donald Trump. She's not expected to endorse Trump. Sources say instead she will call on the former president to earn the support of voters who backed her. Meantime, the big picture, former President Donald Trump upped his delegate count to 995, according to the New York Times, by winning the rest of the GOP primaries in 6 states. While the Times reports President Joe Biden rolled to big margin victories across the country, by the end of the night he swept all 15 states. A federal court has banned the use of a highly controversial but popular pesticide in the Midwest. Advocates for sustainable agriculture say the ruling is long overdue.
The Environmental Protection Agency first approved dicamba in 2017 for spraying on genetically modified corn and soybean crops. But dicamba is highly prone to drifting, which makes it hard for farmers to control where it winds up. George Naylor, an organic farmer in Sheridan, Iowa, farmed corn and soybeans conventionally for 40 years until he noticed the unintended effects dicamba was having on his crops.
I used to use dicamba. I could see after a rain how it washed off of a cornfield into my soybeans and hurt my soybeans. So I'd say it's a very dangerous chemical, and it can be easily moved through groundwater and surface water.
While banning future dicamba production, the ruling does allow farmers to apply the pesticide labeled with dates prior to the court's action. I'm Mark Moran.
And opportunities for good-paying jobs exist in rural areas across Washington and the rest of the country, despite myths that these places have been hollowed out in recent decades. Our Eric Tegeroff has more.
That's according to a new report that found rural Americans had a 50% chance of working a good-paying job, compared with 54% in urban areas. Martin Vanderwerf is with Georgetown University's Center on Education and the Workforce, which conducted the research. He says there are recent troubling trends for rural America, including aging and shrinking populations and a high number of people not in the labor market.
On the other hand, a lot of development could take place in rural areas, and we as a country simply can't afford to just say, we're not going to really regard these rural areas. We all should be doing a lot more for rural areas, just as much as we're doing for urban areas.
The report found racial and gender gaps in employment are higher in rural areas. However, it also found outliers. In Washington state, for instance, Native Americans have a higher likelihood for a good-paying job in the north-central part of the state.
This is Public News Service. In the first experiment of its kind, Purdue University researchers treated canines diagnosed with cancer using chemotherapy to see if their response could lead to future treatment for human cancer patients.
Chemoresistance, a patient's adverse reaction to chemotherapy, can lessen remission and survival time. Oncologist Dr. Michael Childress at Purdue University's College of Veterinary Medicine says the dogs were chosen because they had diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. This condition mimics the cancer phenotypes or traits that would be needed when treating human cancer patients.
Every dog's cancer is a little bit different from every other's, and that's what makes dogs an especially valuable research model when you're trying to develop a technology that predicts which individuals' cancers are going to respond to chemotherapy and which are not.
I'm Terry D. reporting.
New forms of renewable energy are emerging within the agricultural sector, but a California initiative is raising concerns about the role of factory farms.
Emission standards under review in California set pathways for the purchase of tax credits from South Dakota and other states to offset diesel emissions in the Golden State. Producers in the Midwest are asked to set up anaerobic digesters, which pull methane from livestock manure and convert it into cleaner fuel. Stacy Roberts with Dakota Rural Action says it looks good on paper, but there's a side effect causing alarm.
But in reality, it's spurring the growth of these operations rather than getting at the core of the problem of the overabundance of animals in confined areas.
She worries about an influx of larger dairy operations in South Dakota. I'm Mike Moen.
Finally, Shantia Hudson lets us know Super Tuesday was just another day for tens of thousands of people who can't vote because of past felony convictions. But in Alabama, state lawmakers could change that this session.
Faith in Action Alabama is among the groups pushing for the passage of 3 bills that each focus on an aspect of the voting rights restoration process. Senate Bill 174 would require the state to let people know when their voting rights have been restored. SB 178 would eliminate the Certificate of Eligibility to Vote requirement. And J. Gregory Clark with Faith in Action Alabama says Senate Bill 179 would remove some crimes from the list that now disqualify people from voting.
We don't believe that crimes of poverty or property crimes belong in the category of offenses that will cause someone to lose their right to vote. So we're asking through Senate Bill 179 that some of those crimes be eliminated. Obviously, the weightier crimes, murder, rape, child abuse, would still permanently disqualify someone.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here are some radio stations, big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
It's 8:10.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewilaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
And welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show, the second half of the show. We're back with Sharon Ludwig, Lavonne Ellis, myself, Chuck Ritchie. What's going on over there, Sharon?
Well, I usually watch us on Facebook on my phone, and I lost it somewhere.
Oh, no. Trying to get us back.
Yeah, that Facebook. Oh.
Oh, I know. Has anybody been commenting today?
I didn't have any. So, but I kind of like to follow and see if anybody's commenting. But
let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah.
Well, if you're out there listening, either online or over the radio, if you want to tune in to us on Facebook, we're streaming live on Facebook. And you can go ahead and make a comment, make a smart remark, or make a joke, or ask us questions, or tell us what we're doing wrong or right, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, no comments.
That's okay. That's
no
okay.
comments. Sorry.
Okay, good.
Well, I have our Chewila Valley Lions Club birthday calendar here. Today we have, what is today? Today's the 6th.
Yes, it is.
So we have Shay Smith, Jim Sisko, and Ron May with birthdays today.
Oh.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and go ahead. Who wants to do these celebrity birthdays on the...
Okay.
You guys ready?
I can do it.
Go ahead, Lavonne.
Yeah, she reads names better than I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I don't recognize half of them.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know who Martin Kove is, but he was in Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, and he's 78.
Mm-hmm.
Actor-director Rob Reiner, of course I know him. He's 77. That's hard to believe.
It is.
John Stossel is 77. Tom Arnold, who is, I got to say, my second cousin twice removed. But I know his grandma. He's 65. D.L. Hughley is 61. Connie Britton of Nashville, Friday Night Lights, The White Lotus, is 57. Moira Kelly, I don't know her. She's from One Tree Hill and is 56. Shaquille O'Neal is 52. And Milo Manheim of Zombies and School Spirits is 23. Finally, a young person in the list.
There we go. Hey,
he must have been a kid actor.
Right?
I'm
Or
thinking.
still is a kid actor. I guess 23. We got to get out of that, right? Some of those, 50s, that's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do they say? 50 is the new 30? Something like that? I'm going with that.
Unless you're 15 and they're still old.
Right?
But it does really prove the point that we have more baby boomers than we have new people being born.
Mm-hmm. Although
on this day, anyway.
Right. Although it was a few years ago, the millennials actually overtook the boomers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's actually more millennials, right? Yeah, there's more millennials right now than there are boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are losing the stronghold.
We're dying off.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Sharon, tell us what happened today.
Okay. In 1899, Bayer registered aspirin as a trademark. You know, my mother-in-law always said, hey, give me a Bayer, not an aspirin. That's what she called them, you know.
My for ibuprofen, what does my wife say? She says Motrin.
Oh.
Motrin, and that was not a brand we ever bought growing up. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it took me forever. Motrin, what is? I've heard that name. What is that? Yeah. Ibuprofen.
You know, Motrin used to be a prescription only.
Really?
For like cramps, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when it became over the counter and I finally got some and it was like the best thing ever.
Wow.
For my cramps.
It is a lot more effective than the old willow bark. Yeah.
I remember the day I went and bought some.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sharon. Keep going.
Okay. In 1993, in Maidstone, England, 33 cows were accidentally electrocuted by a faulty milking machine. Oh, that's a sad one.
That's horrible.
Oh, dear. Let's just go on.
Yeah.
In 1997, Britain's Queen Elizabeth II launched the first official royal website, royal.gov.uk.
The royal website.
Yes. In 1999, which seems like just yesterday, even though it was 25 years ago, police in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, arrested a man they say robbed a bank with a taxi waiting outside. The cab driver became suspicious after the man was inside the bank for only about a minute, then gave the driver a $50 bill for the $8 fare and told him to keep the change.
Other suspicions arose by wearing the black mask and being chased in a hail of gunfire back to the cab.
Yeah. And having a black bag full of money. In 2006, a guy in Montana got changed back when he fought changed back. That sounds funny. When he fought a frozen burrito, bought a frozen burrito, not fought, a frozen burrito at a convenience store. He bought 2 bacon and egg burritos, and when he bit into the first one, he broke a tooth. Oh. There were pennies in the burrito. The pennies probably ended up in the food when it was manufactured. Oh, that's where the change came.
He got changed back.
In 2018, the world's oldest message in a bottle was found in Western Australia, thrown from the German ship Paula 132, 132 years before. Wow. And it hadn't leaked.
That's incredible. That was one of my childhood dreams, was finding a message in a bottle.
Oh.
I think it was every childhood's dream, was to find a message in a bottle washed up on the
I wonder
shore.
what it said.
Oh, yeah. And that same year, 2018, Forbes named Amazon founder Jeff Bezos the world's richest person for the first time.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to be known as the world's richest person. You'd have all kinds of people wanting money from you.
Right.
Yeah. In the last one, 2021, Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama was vaccinated against COVID-19.
Okay. Is
that a news event?
Is that newsworthy?
I don't know.
Some guy got
it was at the time,
vaccine.
But I don't think it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was news in 2021, was it?
Well, no, they were publicizing people, big, important people to help convince others to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fair.
Like the president,
Right.
Yeah.
The president at the time who told everyone not to get it?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That got it? Yeah. I guess that was 2021. That would have been the president the year before. Yeah. So our special events today is the Alamo Day. Remember that? It's Stop Bad Service Day, Dress Day, Fun Facts About Names Day, Dentist Day, Frozen Food Day, Oreo Cookie Day, and White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. That sounds good. I got to go to the store later. I'm going to look for some white chocolate cheesecake.
Some of these kind of contradict each other, don't they? Like go to the dentist and it's
Dentist Day.
And it's Cookie and Cheesecake Day. Yeah.
Well, dentists got to have job
Maybe
security.
that's why it's Dentist Day.
Right?
Maybe. And don't you get dressed every day?
Well, I think specifically dresses, like put on a dress.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Is it something
or is
about
it
get
dress up
dressed
or
wear a dress?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with wear a dress.
Okay.
I'm going to leave my dresses in the closet.
And everybody should wear a dress, Chuck.
Okay.
It's a kilt, okay?
Okay.
It's manly. All right. What's our number of the day, Lavonne?
36.8 million lightning ground strikes in the U.S. each year. I have my cousin's son got hit by lightning when he was climbing a mountain years ago. And he didn't die, but it affected him physically. He was disabled for the rest of his life. Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine.
We have we have friends that live a couple blocks from us that years ago the lightning hit the house and came in and went in and blew up the microwave. Somehow it blew up some electricity and the microwave got blown up.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and I hear when you're in a thunderstorm, outside, turn off your computer because it can actually fry your computer.
Oh.
Wow.
I never did turn off my computer, and I still have it, so I don't know. But I read somewhere you should turn it off.
I've heard that the if you get hit by lightning, you're more likely to be hit by lightning again. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh.
Really?
An interesting fact. Yeah.
But maybe
we should try that out.
I was once in Knoxville. We had an old Victorian home, and I was in the basement during a storm because we were getting some flooding coming in through the basement, and I was getting the pump out and trying to get the water outside before it got too bad. And lightning hit in our yard, and I was down, and all the copper pipes were all visible, right above my head. And after that lightning hit in the yard, it was like being in Dr. Frankenstein's lab. It was really, really terrifying.
Oh.
All of the pipes started sparking and arcing all across from the pipes.
Oh, my.
And it lasted like 30 seconds, and it kept going back and forth between all the pipes. It was the weirdest, creepiest, scariest thing.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrifying. I didn't know what in the world. I mean, obviously, I knew what happened. There was a big boom. The whole house shook. And then all of a sudden, I didn't know because I'm sitting here standing in water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In a basement with floors of building above you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily I had rubber boots on and was wearing rubber gloves, but I was not expecting that.
Wow.
It was pretty odd. So I did look up really quick the letter that was found in the bottle that came off the German ship.
Okay.
You did?
Yeah, I did. It isn't.
What did it say? It
isn't German, but I believe there's a translation here. Okay, it says on the 12th of June, 1886, in 32 degrees, 49 degrees latitude south, and 105.25. I don't know how to read latitude longitude. I don't remember how to do that. Anyway, and 105 degrees, 25 something longitude from Greenwich East, from Bark ship Paula Home Port, Elspeth, Captain D, and then something illegible. On her journey home from Cardiff to Makassar, the finders requested to send the slip in the bottle to the German Naval Observatory in Hamburg or the nearest consulate for the return to the same agency after filling in the information on the back. So it looks to me like it was a pre-recorded or like a pre-printed message that they'd give to kids on the ship to fill in their information, and then you fill out the back with your information and send it back saying you found it.
Wow.
I wanted to hear, I'm on this island. Save me.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Help me. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Although, that's still fun.
Well, thanks for looking that up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still fun, though. All right, where were we?
Thanks to the internet for having it.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want to go ahead and there's a news story that we posted on the KCHW Facebook page last night. This is from the Houston Zoo. There's a Peruvian jumping stick that found with a broken neck. Veterinarians at the zoo fashioned a brace out of a Q-tip and some tape. The Houston Zoo said if you visited the bug house before, you may have spotted our Peruvian jumping stick, which are actually stick-like grasshoppers. Recently, one of our female Peruvian jumping sticks went through molting. Typically, this happens around 6 months old with the shedding of their exoskeleton. However, after the post-molt process, Julie, one of our entomology keepers, noticed that she had a crease or a weakened area around the non-joint area of the neck, which is actually her thoracic region, but resembles the neck. Since these grasshoppers spend most of their time climbing and being up in tree branches, it was essential to keep the head level, as the crease on her neck was causing her head to flop all the way back due to its weight when she climbed upwards. Poor little thing. Julie worked closely with the zoo's veterinary team to determine the solution to help keep this invertebrate's neck in a neutral position. This is worded weird. Anyway, the grasshopper was treated with a tiny neck brace made out of a Q-tip. The zoo says she had a brilliant idea to create a miniature neck brace that would provide a temporary support for this intact insect while its exoskeleton hardened. I thought that was a little heartwarming story.
And I saw that picture and I thought, is this a joke? That looks like a stick. And it's supposed to, huh?
That is a stick insect. I just moved.
It's a stick insect, yeah.
Oh.
I just moved our image over there for anyone watching online. It's pretty cute. I was coming across that, getting back to where we were, and I wanted to talk about that story. It was adorable. Anyway, so I think it's fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We got about 30 minutes left. Let's go ahead and get into local events and activities and stuff going on. I know there's a bunch of stuff happening.
It is. It's starting to pick up. It's starting
really
to be
is.
spring. Okay, today, of course, we still have soft pickleball at the old middle school from 9 to 11:30, 18 and over, especially for beginners today, although everybody can attend.
Right.
And they especially like the people who know what they're doing so they can help teach the beginners.
Yeah, and this is where they take it easy on you. They don't hit you quite so hard with the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
There's less verbal abuse, I understand.
Well, I don't know anything about
I don't
that.
think there's no verbal abuse. Sorry.
At the Center for the Arts is their sit and knit class from 2 to 4, and Fired Up Pizza Bingo tonight at 6.
Yeah. Oh, also there's First Wednesday with Ted is at the Chihuahua Library
Oh,
today.
good.
Yeah, that's from 10 to 3. And I believe that's Brandon Hanson that's going to be there. Yes. First Wednesdays with Ted at the Chihuahua Public Library. This one says October 4th, but I know it's now. It's today. Ted Regional Economic Development Specialist Brandon Hanson will be at the Chihuahua Public Library for all of your business needs. For more information, you can call 509-684-4571.
Yeah.
And then that's followed up by Tech Help at the library.
That's good. That's
from
good.
3 to 4.
And tomorrow, as far as we know, the Senior Citizen is having their line dancing class again from 2:30 to 4:30. It's the first Thursday art walk, and it's looking really good. It's tonight, we missed this. The Art Talk with Marcy Bravo and Jamie Rose Lord is tonight at 6:30 at Quartzsite Brewery from 6:30 to 8.
And I'm going to do a little teaser. We're going to have them on the radio today at 4 p.m.
Great. So tune back in.
Yeah, you tune in right here at 4. We're going to have an art talk right here on the radio right before their art talk at the brewery.
Yeah. And then for the first Thursday artwork, there's Winterfest Fine Art Exhibit at Trails End Gallery, Winterfest Photography Exhibit at the McCune Gallery in the Mountain Market on Main, and a photography by Chris Hansen at Westoff Excavation. And if that isn't enough, Marilyn Wilson will be at the Yale Press. So there's stuff going all over downtown tonight or tomorrow night, Thursday.
That's right.
For the first Thursday art. Yes. Then also to go along with that, when you're tired of walking, you can stop in at the Fired Up Pizza. And the first Thursday of every month, there's live music featuring Craig and the Brats.
Yeah.
From 5:30 to 7:30.
Very cool. And that is the McQueen family. That's Craig, Doug, and Sally McQueen with their family band.
Yeah. Isn't that nice that they're coordinating that with the first Thursday?
It is.
Also, we have a Chihuahua Senior Club meeting, and Chuck's going to tell us all about that.
Yeah, so the Chihuahua Valley and Springdale Senior Club, they're meeting at the Valley Fire Department. That is at 306 03rd Avenue in Valley. You can call 509-937-226 for more information. This meeting is the first and third Thursday of every month from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's going to be games when there's enough members to play and a potluck lunch.
Okay, now when we're talking seniors, we're not talking seniors in high school. We're talking
senior citizens, yeah.
Senior citizens, yeah. So nice. Okay.
I don't know if you were a senior in high school and you wanted to skip school and go hang out with them. I'm sure they probably wouldn't turn you away, but I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. So Friday, March 8th, is adult pickleball. Chihuahua Chamber of Commerce in the morning at 7 at the casino. And everybody who has anything to do with school will be interested in this. There's no school. It's snow makeup day. Now, if we'd have lost a day and had to shut down for snow, then they would be making it up and they'd have to go to school on Friday. But we didn't.
Wow, I've never heard of that. So
we have it every year. We have snow makeup days. They set them in so that we don't have to go beyond in June. And then if you don't have to take a snow day, you have the day that's off.
There's been no snow days this year?
As far as I know, no snow days.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm wrong, somebody better text us and tell us because we're just telling all those kids they don't have to go to school on Friday.
That's cool. We never got a day off in school just because we didn't have a day off. I love that.
Yeah. On Saturday, there's a lot going on. Fired Up Pizza, of course, they're 509's Finest Karaoke from 6 to 9. This is a little out of Chihuahua, but it's worth going to. Up at the Colville Ag and Trade Center is Nature's Artistry Gem and Minerals Show. It's free. And it's
I've heard about that.
Yeah, 23rd annual. I've been to it before. It's very good. They will be having, these are some of the classes and some of the displays: Wheel of Fortune, gold panning, jewelry, gems and minerals from around the world, a silent auction, door prizes, fossils, food, a black light display. So that really, they have put on a really good show. If you're interested in rocks,
That is
gems
cool.
and minerals, that's the place to go.
That is very cool.
Yeah, and that's Saturday. Also on Saturday, this is a fun thing. It's called a spring soiree. It's a father-daughter dance, and it's going to be held at Guess Elementary. It does not say what ages. It just says Guess Elementary, Saturday, March 9th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., $12 per pair at the door, and it's presented by the 2024 Senior All-Nighter. So,
Okay.
I don't know if it's just grade schools and kids and their dads, but I would think any dad and daughter could go to that wanted to.
I just imagine the look on my daughter's face if I asked her to go with me. She would, and the things she would say in response.
Okay. Well, if my dad was here, I'd go with him.
Oh.
Okay, and also on Saturday, I'm jumping around times, but this one...
that's okay.
This one is happening in the afternoon at Quartzsite Brewing Company, Seed Swap, a free family-friendly event. They will have a seed library there. You can swap seeds and share stories with fellow local gardeners. And it's from 1 to 4, March 9th at the Quartzsite Brewing Company. So this is the right time of year.
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
I've got a bunch of old seeds. Would they let me bring my old seeds?
I don't know why
I don't
not.
know.
Yeah.
I've had good luck. I mean, the last time I planted them, it's been a couple years, but they were already 10 years old, and I had really good luck with them. So maybe.
Yeah. Well, they find seeds in the pyramids or something and plant them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last thing that's happening on Saturday is 49 degrees north is having the seafood boil.
Oh.
There's 2 dining times, 12 p.m. and 2 p.m., limited seating. Make your reservations now. For more information, go to shops.ski49n.com, seafood.
Very cool.
So if you're into seafood, that's where to go Saturday, or make your reservations. Sunday, of course, Fired Up Pizza, all ages blues jam at 4 p.m. And we've just found out today that daylight savings time starts on Sunday. And Monday, adult pickleball, brick club at the library.
That's very cool.
From 3:30 to 4:30, sit and knit at the center.
That's Lego brick at the library for anyone that's not familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, not ceramic bricks, not... you could bring in...
They're doing some repairs on the brick walls in the library if anyone wants to come in.
Yeah. And then Monday is a community meal, and this they put on each year, and it's St. Mary's Catholic Church, a beef stew supper. It is free. Everyone's welcome. Serving starts at 5 p.m., Tuesday, March 12th. Now, a couple years ago, I got through with what I was doing, and I went, because at that time it had said from 5 to 7, and I got there before 7, and everything was gone. They had one roll they gave me.
Wow.
So if you want, and I understand, I've been there when I made it, and the beef stew they make is very good.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's
nice.
a free dinner for everyone. They just and it's called a St. Patrick's Day meal. It's not on St. Patrick's Day, but it's close.
And then where is that again? Tell everyone where that.
It's at St. Mary's Catholic Church at the, I don't know what you call that hall. It's to the left of the church. It's connected to the church. It's their rec hall, or anyway, they have dinners in there. Okay.
There you go.
Yep. Then Wednesday, of course, next Wednesday is pickleball and bingo at the Fired Up Pizza. But I also wanted to tell you about next Friday, because I don't always find out about it. Friday, March 15th, we're past February. The VFW is having a shepherd's pie dinner.
Oh.
I did not find out how much it costs. Lots of times they're by donation only.
Okay.
And so, but I don't know for sure on that. And I don't have the times. They just said something about it at Chamber, and I wrote it down, and I said, okay, I got to put this on, because they try to have dinners every Friday at the American Legion, but I don't always know what they are, so I don't want to, shout them out unless I know.
And,
So
and is this a benefit for the VFW, or is this for
I think it's
another
their scholarship benefit.
Okay.
But
Very cool.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but that's what I think. So hopefully I'll have more information next Wednesday to let you know.
There you go.
Yep.
I just want to remind everyone really quick, too, the food bank is open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in need, that's a good place to go. During the summertime, we'll tell you if you have extra from your garden, that's a good place to take it rather than the compost bin.
Where is it?
It
Where is
is across the street on the same side as the post office.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Isn't it? No, I've got wrong.
The food bank, yeah. It's
the
over,
food bank, you go across from the Aaron Huff Memorial Building.
Yeah, it's right in front of the senior center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when you're done with that, you can go over and do some line dancing at the senior center behind.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And I'm sure the food bank I can't speak for them, but I would imagine, they rely on volunteers.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe if you ever want to help out, maybe go pop your head in and see if there's something you can do to help.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. I want to say one more thing here really quick that we miss. I forgot to do something yesterday. I was planning on doing something this weekend, but too much stuff going on and got busy. Yesterday was KCHW's 12th birthday.
Oh, wow.
The day that the FCC paperwork was signed and KCHW became an official radio station. And I believe you were there, Sharon.
For the second time, though,
Yeah.
because 20 years ago we got the call letters when Jean Ducharme was operating the KCHW. It was a different number. It wasn't 102.7, but it was, So
this is KCHW 102.7's 12th birthday.
12th birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to do a celebration. We were thinking about doing pancake breakfast, but just time got away from us, and we didn't have a chance to plan anything. But
you want to do that again? I have 2 griddles, and I'll come and make pancakes for you.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was thinking next year we'll be a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be a good one to celebrate. Maybe next year we'll do a big pancake feed and have live music and
bar mitzvah. 13.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Bar mitzvah.
There you go. I love it. And a heads up for a few things that are happening later in the month. Pechakucha is on the 20th.
Oh, yeah. Gail Sharapi and I are doing one of the, there's about 5 or 6 usually people that display.
Yeah.
20 seconds, 20 slides and 20 seconds each. We're going to do one on costuming.
Very cool. And I don't believe this is at midnight, which it says on the calendar, so I think that probably needs to be updated. Do you know what time it is?
I think it's at 7, but let me look and see if I can find it on my.
That sounds about right. So but go ahead and keep your calendar open for the 20th, which is the night of Pechakucha. That's going to be over at the brewery.
Yep, I have 7 in my calendar, so I'm hoping that's right because that's when I'm going to show up.
There you go. And then to back up one more time, because we're skipping all around dates here, on the 16th, that is next week, one of our sponsors, longtime business, one of the more popular restaurants in town, Sporty's, is having their 20-year anniversary celebration. That's March 16th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's March 16th, all day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It doesn't say anything about what they have going on, but stop in to wish them a happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, happy anniversary, Sporty's.
Yeah, and they have good food.
Yeah, they do.
Lots of it.
Yeah, they do. And, they're good folks over there.
Yeah, they are.
So that was a cool thing to see. I heard a little bit about something a while back, and I was told, I don't know if it's supposed to be public knowledge or not, but they're doing this birthday celebration.
All right.
So now it's on the calendar. It's official. So there you go.
And that's March 16th?
That is March 16th. Yep, Sporty's 20-year anniversary celebration. All right, let's go ahead and head back. Do you have anything else for us, Sharon?
Nope, I do not.
All right.
I just love it, though, when people tell me things are happening.
Oh, I know. Oh, and then one more thing, skipping even further ahead, on the 23rd is the annual Home and Garden Show.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And is it just one day? It's just the one day,
Just one
right?
day.
Yep. That is one of those things. I know there have been more than 1 year in the past where I was trying to get an estimate or try to get a quote on having some work done, and I didn't sign up or I didn't get a hold of any of these people during that Home and Garden Show, And the response I get quite often was, "Oh, you should have contacted us at the Home and Garden Show. Now we're booked up for the summer."
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow, for the summer.
Yeah. And if
That's
you
amazing.
Yeah, and if you've got any work that you want to do, that's a good place to go and
Yep.
just see the people that we have
exactly. You couldn't have said it better, Sharon. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening there.
Yeah.
I know one year there was the community quilt that you could do. I don't know if they're doing that again this year.
I
but
don't know
I
either.
still remember that was a highlight of that year. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
that, bringing
yeah.
the kids down. We did our square in the community quilt.
Well, and I believe I'm thinking it's the Kiwanis and Lions possibly do hamburgers that you can get there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It'll be great. KCHW is hopefully we're not too late signing up for it, but we're.
Oh, you better.
I was supposed to have signed us up for a booth. So if you're there listening and you're with the chamber,
you better sign
need a
up. You
booth.
better call her because
I will.
I know that every week at chamber she reports on how many are filled and they are going.
I will.
They still have some spaces, but you better get a hold of them.
Good. I will do that immediately when we're done from you remind me when we're done with the show, Sharon. And we will sign up. KCHW will have a booth there at the Home and Garden Show.
All right.
There you go. And sign-ups for Chihuila's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you can go to chihuilas.talent.com. We have you can sign up and get on our mailing list, and we'll get all that information out to you when it is available, all the official sign-up forms and all the paperwork you need, and some more information. That will be happening. The preliminary rounds are the 20th and the 27th. We'll do the first round on the 20th, and everybody that makes it through that will be...
Of what month?
Of April.
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
Thank you. So April 20th will be the round one, day one of the preliminary competition. We're going to have everybody come. Then everybody that makes it through round one is going to do round two the following Saturday on the 27th. Then the final competition is going to be May 4th.
May 4th.
I keep getting March and May. It's those M months.
Yep.
So May the 4th be with you. We're going with the Star Wars theme because it is Star Wars Day, May the 4th. We're going to do a costume contest for the crowd, for the audience. We're going to have cash prizes for the winners. There's going to be some honorable mentions that might also get a little bit of a cash prize. We're going to be doing some other fun stuff during the day and have judging. There's going to be we're trying to really get some good cash prizes this year.
Yeah.
The last year, the grand prize winner got $600. I believe second prize was $400. Was it?
I think so. I'm not sure.
And the third place was 2 or 3. I don't remember. I have it written down over there.
Yeah. Well, and the last time you did on May 4th, you had a bunch of people that had costumes, and a whole family was all Star Wars. Yes. They had pictures in the newspaper too.
And we have our posters coming out. We're going full Star Wars with this one. We've got
good.
We're doing the full design. We've got a young lady that's been working on some designs for us, and we'll hopefully get those posters out soon. We're looking for sponsors for prize money. If you or your business wants to sponsor Chihuila's Got Talent, then let us know, and we'll contact you about sponsorship for the show, and you can be a part of the prize money.
And I know it's a long ways away, but where is it? Where are the auditions, and where is the show?
The auditions, the 2 preliminary rounds are going to be right here at the KCHW Theater, and then the main show is going to be at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts.
Oh, nice.
6 p.m. on May 4th.
And how much does it cost to go to that?
I believe it's going to be $20.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
All
and
right.
the prize money is or any donations coming from sponsors is going to go towards the prize money. Those ticket prices or ticket costs will come as a fundraiser to the radio station to help us keep on the air, and then any concessions is a fundraiser for the Center for the Arts.
Aha. So do we have a something that we're trying to earn money for? I know that sometimes we've done like raise the tower or different things. Or are we just keeping us alive?
Well, we are currently trying to raise money. We've applied for a grant. We're trying to replace the transmitter up at the tower.
Okay.
It's still functioning, but it is old, and we're hoping to get it replaced before it goes out. Because with electronics, when they get old, and we do have a backup transmitter up in the attic here for emergencies, and that one is not doing well, and we're hoping to take the transmitter that's up there now at the main tower and use it as our backup up here at the tower in the attic. And that'll get us, anytime there's an emergency, if there's no communication, there's no services, we can fire up the generator and still be on the air.
Oh,
and
nice.
transmit any kind of evacuation instructions, any kind of emergency instructions over the air. when there's no power.
So attending this and donating is a good way to keep the radio on the air.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And
It
show
helps.
your appreciation for KCHW.
That's right.
Yes.
And we're always trying to make improvements here, and we're always trying to do things out in the community and help with events and
Yeah.
anything we can do. Any donations that we bring in to do that are definitely welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that you have a good treasurer, and she's very careful with your money.
We
and
really do.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you guys are really, I mean, you don't just spend things frivolously. You're very careful with how you spend people's money.
Frivolous spending is not a thing we do here at the radio station.
Yeah,
we
that's
spend
good.
minimally.
Yeah.
We have minimal amount to spend in the first place, but
Yeah.
when we do spend it, it's got to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than when we need some new AA batteries for remotes.
Oh, okay.
Everything pretty much gets pretty heavily scrutinized. And
Yeah. So our donors can be assured that you're going to be very careful with their donations.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, any money coming in from sponsors of the particular show, that's all going straight to prize money.
Yeah.
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 So we're trying to beef that up as much as we can. Again, we had $600 last year for the first prize, or not last year. Last year was 2019. Did you know that, Sharon?
Yes, because then we had COVID, and then you
Right.
just haven't. Scott moved on us.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm hoping to double that first prize money. No guarantees.
Yep.
But that's my goal. That's my goal, is to double the prize money this year.
All right.
So
All right.
so far so good. We've got a little bit built up so far, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, so let's go ahead and finish things off. We're going to move back on over to the worksheet here. Oh my goodness, I have too many tabs open. We got going with all that calendar stuff, and I have tab after tab after tab.
Oh yeah.
Right?
So you need another screen so you can have tabs filled up on both screens.
Right. Oh, speaking of fundraising for KCHW, that is one thing we are in desperate need of. We need computers. We need current, robust computers. We have our main computer at the tower is out. It is gone for good. We're running on a backup computer, and if you've noticed, a lot of times, especially during the night, sometimes we have a tendency of dropping off the air for periodically. It's because we're using an old computer and an older computer up at the tower to run off of. And until we get a new computer up there, we're kind of at the whim of some old computers that aren't 100% reliable.
And sometimes the weather affects that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're affected by the weather and the temperatures up there. And
Yeah, because sometimes it's out for a little while, and I text you and say, "Hey, Chuck, the radio's out."
And I appreciate it. We do appreciate that. Especially, I can't always be listening. I can't always be on the air. So if anyone has our number, that'd be great. If you want to go ahead and text us or let us know when we're off the air.
Yep.
So, but we're trying to get things up and going and get things running nice and smooth.
Huh.
All right, so let's go ahead and finish things off for today. We're going to get to News Attack, where the first part is a true news story. The second part is a really dumb joke. And I'm gonna say Lavonne wrote these jokes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she did.
I'm just gonna shift the blame away from myself. Go ahead.
I can start with a news story if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Facebook and Instagram had outages Tuesday, and suddenly millions of teens discovered they have parents.
But it did prove yet. What's that? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to read the next one, but that's all right.
Oh, I was just going to say it proves yet again that the only reliable thing in your life is your pet's disappointment in you.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't even on Facebook yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know it was out until later on in the evening when I got on and somebody said it was out, and I'm thinking, really? I missed it.
I was just thinking, I got logged out and I couldn't get back in, and I didn't even try because, gosh, the last time I had to log into Facebook was years ago. Who knows what my password is?
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
And I just logged out. I thought, oh, maybe my phone updated or the app updated or something, and I'd have to reset my password. But I didn't want to do it then. And then later on, I learned that everybody was out. So,
yeah,
I had the same problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, it was back.
Yeah.
So also another joke, same thing, proving yet again. Oh, you already said that, didn't you? So I guess it's Sharon.
Yeah, go ahead, Sharon.
A Super Tuesday voter has gone viral for his explicit explanation of why Nikki Haley shouldn't be president. It's because she is missing man parts.
What?
Apparently the latest presidential requirement is something you can't find on a resume, but maybe in a locker room. Well, that's disgusting. I should have read ahead and just skipped that one.
Yeah, that's a little inappropriate. Sharon.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
why would you
along.
Why would you write that for her, Lavonne?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't write it. Don't blame me.
All right, go ahead, Lavonne.
A source says Apple is working on a smart ring that can be worn on the finger to track users' health biometrics. Because what's more romantic than saying, I do want to monitor your heart rate 24/7? Well, that sounds like a stalker's motto.
But, some of that stuff is really, I don't know about the ring, but some of it's really nice. I wear a meter that monitors my blood sugar all the time because I'm diabetic. And that is really, I have been woken up in the middle of the night with a low blood sugar. And I just really appreciate having the modern technology. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful.
I guess it depends on the ring. If it just looked like a normal ring and you could, connect it to your smartphone or something, that might be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Research shows that the average retiree starts getting bored just over a year into retirement. I guess that's when the novelty of yelling at the TV all day wears off.
Well, I don't know about anybody else when they retired, but I just kept doing the same things I was doing before I retired and was the same volunteer things. And I kept thinking, how did I have time to work? How did I have time to put that in? Because I'm just so busy retired.
Right.
Yeah.
And add a full-time job into that.
Yeah, well, my job was only 5 hours a day, but still, that's pretty full-time. Not really, but,
Yeah. That's what my job is. And I way too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, well, that's the hours I get paid for. That's not the hours I spend working, for sure. So go ahead, Lavonne.
Okay, and also you can only rearrange the garage so many times.
Oh, yeah. One time years ago, our garage was so full of stuff from our kids. I couldn't park in the garage. And at Christmas time, I told them all, I'm giving you till the end of August to get all your stuff out of my garage. And my oldest son, said, why? And I said, because I want to park my car in the garage. That's what it was made for. So everybody else got most of their stuff out. He didn't. And I said, okay, I'm going to let your sister have a yard sale, and she's selling all your stuff. And he came and got a few things, and then we sold a lot of stuff. But I park in the garage now. I absolutely love it because I don't have to scrape windows like you did this morning.
Wait, you can park your car in those things?
Yes. It's wonderful.
I didn't know you could do that. That's just where you throw all your stuff on the floor and shut the door real quick.
Oh, yeah, but I still have stuff, but it's pushed against the walls.
I remember we had a garage once, and I built shelves all the way along, both walls, thinking, oh, this will be great. We'll be able to park the car in here, and I'll get all this. It just made room for more stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then I had stuff on the shelves and junk on the floor.
Yeah, you have to continually declutter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I was running a construction business at the time, so it was a lot of tools and storing materials and lumber and.
You needed a trailer that you pulled behind your pickup.
I did.
Yeah, with all your stuff.
I had one, but then it got wrecked.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't mine. I didn't wreck it. It was a shared one that we parked at my house. I had a business partner, and he wrecked it.
Oh.
So we lost our trailer. That's okay. Hey, where were we?
New Zealand?
Yeah, go ahead, Sharon.
In New Zealand, a bull was wandering loose on a busy busy road, causing traffic problems. It kept running up to each car, offering to wash the windshield for $1.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll go ahead and leave it on that note, on a high note. That next one's a little dark.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll go ahead. Let's go to Wacky But True. This is where these are just a news story. And we'll just do a few of these. I don't know if we'll get through them all because we're getting close to the end of the show here. But go ahead, Lavonne, do this first one.
All right. Emotions can run high at youth sports games, but things took a dangerous turn at a minor league hockey game in Sturgeon Falls, Ontario over the weekend. Police were called to an arena on Saturday afternoon after a parent from one team allegedly assaulted another parent with a solid object in their hand. As a result of the investigation, a 40-year-old woman mom, a woman mom, okay, has been charged with assault with a weapon, assault causing bodily harm, and mischief by destroying or damaging property. What is wacky about that? It's just awful.
That is awful, especially, well, Canadians and their hockey. Yeah,
Yeah, but you just don't think of Canadians as being assaulting people.
No,
That's weird.
they
I
did
usually
apologize
think of
profusely afterwards.
Canadians are nice.
Right?
Yeah, very polite and kind.
Apparently not at hockey games.
I guess
Well,
not.
Wow.
I guess it builds up steam. I don't know.
So this is next one is a story about a man in Kenya who stole smelly shoes because he was addicted to their odor. Wow. So he was he was recently sentenced to jail. He didn't steal the shoes to sell, but out of what his lawyer called a burning desire akin to that of a drug addict to sniff used pairs of shoes. The man kept the shoes until the smell waned and then gave them to charity.
Well, that's just disgusting.
That is disturbing.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Well, we'll go on from that one.
Yeah, let's move on from that
Police in one part of India failed to act on hundreds of corruption complaints over an 8-year period because they did not know a computer password. Officers couldn't get into a computer holding more than 600 complaints.
8 years.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
You can reset your password, people.
They need a teenager to go work there.
Yeah.
Right?
And you need a password book, or you need to have them saved in your Google or wherever you save passwords. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Well, this next one's just for you, Lavonne.
Oh, nudist. Ooh. It says caution here. So just so you know, caution listening to this. Nude bowling is a thing. The Pittsburgh area naturalists have announced an upcoming balls out bowling for nudists scheduled for April 28th. This unique event is open to all who are over 18 years old and want to enjoy a night of bowling without any clothing restrictions.
Oh, my.
They emphasize nudity is required at the event, with the exception that women can wear bottoms if they choose to. Okay. Participants are encouraged to bring a towel and a bag for their belongings, and tickets must be purchased in advance for $25. Safety and privacy are top priorities for the event organizers, with strict rules against photography, video recording, and any form of sexual activity. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
So it's perfectly innocent.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't think this will be coming to the Chihuahua bowling alley anytime soon.
I don't think so either. Although
I know at least a couple people who would like to attend.
Yeah, there's a nudist area somewhere between here and Spokane, and they've had write-ups in the Spokane paper about it. I don't remember even where it is, but it's a camp area.
I have a friend that lives right next door to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
It's over. I believe it's over off of Deer Lake. Somewhere in that area. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's close.
Look at Lavonne. She's like, and where is this again? she's getting out her notepad.
And to end it, police in Germany say 2 men who attempted to rob a post office ran off with the wrong bag. The robbers had stuffed money in a bag, but when the alarm went off, they panicked and grabbed the wrong bag and took an employee's potato salad lunch instead. Oh. And then they're going to go to jail for stealing potato salad.
I was going to eat that. I would be
It's
mad.
a federal offense. Oh, wait, we're in Germany, so I don't know about
Probably still a federal offense. Yeah.
That's
what a
pretty funny.
shame.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
What, they robbed the post office. So they'd stuffed money in a bag. I guess they robbed the register?
I guess.
Or
yeah.
did they rob
I guess.
mail? I mean, robbing mail, that seems like that'd be risky. Because, you're going to get a bunch of junk mail and maybe a birthday card with a $20 bill in it.
Yeah, I remember reading years ago about a post office employee that was just taking birthday cards. And he could tell because they were in different envelopes and different colors and stuff.
Oh.
Because grandma sends money to grandkids.
Yeah. An employee did that?
Uh-huh. And
wow.
he, of course, was fired and
Yeah.
charged and all this stuff. And it was probably 30 years ago. I remember reading it. Yeah.
That's rough, though, because, as an Americans, we put trust in the post office.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
To do these
and
things.
I think they try to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I would hope when they find stuff like that, and you rarely hear about postal workers actually stealing the mail. They generally seem to do a pretty good job with their hiring, but I would be mad.
Yeah, and
I'd be mad.
About 50 years ago, 45, 50 years ago, when we were first married, we sent a payment for a bill, and it never got there. It never got there. Then we finally realized there was an accident with a mail truck out in the Spokane Valley, and a bunch of mail had burned or been scattered or whatever, and we figured the dates and stuff, and so we resent it. But, it was really confusing for a while that why they didn't get our payment.
We did have one in the past where we couldn't access our post office box. It had been shut off for non-payment, but the check had been mailed to the post office in time. And the check to pay for our P.O. box had gotten lost in the mail, and we couldn't check our mail because the post office lost our check.
Oh, that is funny.
A little bit of irony there.
Yeah.
So that about does it for our show. It is we're running just a few minutes late here. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Before we go, though, I'd like to remind everyone you can stay tuned right here tonight. It is Wednesday. From 6 to 8 p.m., we're going to have Music for the Mountain. Then from 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we have Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth Date. So that's our lineup right here. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to KCHW 102.7. We'll be back tomorrow morning with myself and Scott for the Thursday morning. I don't know if we're calling it the Three Amigos anymore. We got Alan taking a break.
Oh.
So it's just
I always enjoy listening to him.
Yeah. So it's two wild and crazy guys now.
Yeah, because I've been missing him the last couple weeks.
Well, hopefully we'll get him back, but he's taking a sabbatical.
Okay, well, 1 day a week. He could do 1 day a week.
Oh, no. It's okay. We understand. We love you, Alan. Hopefully you're out there listening.
Yep.
But once again, thank you so much for listening to KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.